Every yes to faith is unlocking doors that no man can shut. And I know it's not easy to believe again when everything looks the same. I know the nights feel long. I know the days feel heavy. But you are not walking this road alone. There's a strength working in you that didn't come from this world. There's a light inside you that darkness can't put out. There's a fire that's still burning, even if it's flickering right now. And that fire says, I will rise, I will restore, I will return stronger, I will recover all. Don't let the weight of what you lost make you forget what's still inside you. Don't let the betrayal make you bitter. Don't let the delay make you doubt. Sometimes the process looks like breaking before building, like weeping before winning, like silence before the shout of victory. But hold on, your victory is coming. Your recovery is already in motion. And it starts with this, a made-up mind. So today, decide. Decide to keep moving forward. Decide to speak life over your situation. Decide to reclaim what's yours. And don't wait for everything to look right. Say it now, before the breakthrough. Say it when it still hurts. Say it through the tears. I will recover all. I know it. Deep down, I know it. Because that, my friend, is how miracles begin. There's a moment in every fighter's journey when something changes, not on the outside, but deep within. That moment when you stop begging for rescue and you start believing for recovery. It's the moment you decide that the same God who allowed the storm can also command it to be still. And friend, when you choose to stand, wobbly, bleeding, unsure, but standing anyway, heaven responds, not to fear, not to doubt, but to bold faith. And bold faith doesn't wait for the conditions to be perfect. Bold faith doesn't need confirmation from man. Bold faith moves even when nothing around it looks like it's changing. Let me tell you, every time you choose to believe, even when it hurts, even when you don't understand, even when your heart is heavy, you're unlocking divine movement. Because God doesn't need a crowd. He just needs one person, one believer, one dreamer, one fighter, one soul that says, even though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil. Not because the valley isn't real, but because the shepherd walks with you in it. You see, faith isn't denial of pain. Faith is defiance in the face of it. It's saying, I know what I lost, but I also know what God said. It's declaring, this won't end in my defeat. It's standing tall and saying, I may be in the furnace, but I'm not alone in the fire. You may not feel it right now, but things are shifting in the spirit. God is moving behind the scenes. Doors are preparing to open. What you thought was dead is coming back to life. That relationship, that dream, that fire in your belly, it's not over. It's just been asleep, waiting for you to believe again. And now that your heart is rising, now that your spirit is waking up, recovery is on its way. Not partial recovery, not leftover blessings, total restoration. Because when God restores, He doesn't just give back what was lost. He multiplies it. He redeems the time. He heals the wounds. He strengthens the foundation. And I declare right now over your life, what was broken will be made beautiful. What was stolen will be returned sevenfold. What was delayed will arrive in perfect time. Don't be fooled by what you see. There's more happening than meets the eye. Faith isn't about what your eyes see. It's about what your soul knows. Say it again. I will recover all. I know it. Deep down, I know it. That's your anthem. That's your fire. That's your prophecy. And it's not empty, because God honors those who dare to believe Him. Maybe people walked away when you needed them most. Maybe you didn't get the apology you deserved. Maybe your heart was shattered in a way you can't explain to anyone. But I want you to know, God saw it all. Every moment you held it together when you wanted to fall apart. Every battle you fought in secret. Every time you smiled through pain no one else could see. And He's not ignoring your faith. He's storing your tears. He's writing your name on the miracle that's already in motion. He's the God who restores. The God who brings beauty from ashes. The God who uses what crushed you to crown you. So don't settle in survival. You were made to recover, to rebuild, to rise again. Because there's something unshakable inside of you. It's not arrogance. It's not hype. It's not wishful thinking. It's bold, relentless, mountain-moving faith. And that faith is breaking the chains off your future. So rise up, wipe your tears, lift your eyes, and get ready. Because your faith is pulling you into a new season. A season of clarity. A season of answered prayers. A season of open doors. A season of favor you didn't earn, but God's grace poured out anyway. This is not the end. This is not your final chapter. This is the turning point. And it begins with bold, burning, unshakable faith. So say it loud. Say it from your spirit, even if you're trembling. I will recover all. I know it. Deep down, I know it. Because heaven responds to bold faith. Let me tell you something powerful. Every scar has a story, and every story has a purpose. What wounded you once? What made you cry in secret? What brought you to your knees in despair? God is about to turn it into a weapon. You see, the enemy thought your pain would finish you, but God's about to use it to fuel you. Because pain doesn't disqualify you. It equips you. It sharpens you. It deepens you. It gives you a voice of authority that no textbook or title ever could. Every sleepless night, every unanswered question, every closed door, they weren't wasted. They were training grounds. You've been through the fire, and you didn't burn. You walked through the flood, and you didn't drown. You stood in the storm, and somehow you're still here. That's not weakness. That's proof of power. That's evidence of grace. That's the echo of God's hand on your life. And now it's time to stop hiding your wounds. Don't cover them up. Don't be ashamed of them. Because what once made you weep is about to make you wise. What once broke you is about to build others. Your testimony, yes, yours, is going to unlock healing in someone else. Not in your perfection, but in your realness. People don't need to hear how you had it all together. They need to hear how you survived when it all fell apart. They need to know how you almost gave up. But then you remembered the promise that even in your darkest hour, God never left. Even when you didn't feel Him, He was holding you. Even when you stopped praying, He was interceding for you. Even when you cursed the pain, He was preparing the healing. You weren't abandoned. You were being armed. And now the same hands that trembled in weakness are becoming hands of strength. The same eyes that cried in agony will see miracles. The same heart that broke into pieces is now beating with purpose. That's recovery. That's redemption. That's what God does. He turns graves into gardens. He turns fear into fire. He turns wounds into weapons. You're not the same person who fell. You've been forged. You've been tested. You've been transformed. And now when you speak, chains break. When you move, mountains shift. When you pray, heaven responds. Because your faith isn't theory. It's testified. You've earned every tear. You've walked every valley. You've faced every demon. And now you rise, not as a victim, but as a warrior with a word, a warrior with a fire, a warrior who declares boldly, I will recover all. I know it. Deep down, I know it. Don't be afraid of your past. It's already been redeemed. Don't be intimidated by your future. It's already been written. And don't stay in the middle ground.